So it's August 12th. We headed to Pennsylvania on Thursday of this week so we could have our doctor's appointments with our Christian doctor that we go to. And we got a new nurse this time. Her name was Stacy. And she saw my thin blue line bracelet that I wear, a survival bracelet, and she goes, "You're a cop." And I said, "No, I'm not." She goes, "You were a cop." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I was." And I said, "How'd you know that?" She goes, "I can always tell. You got the look." So anyway, she says, "I make thin blue line bracelets for policemen and I give them out." I said, I have police gospel cards I had made up that I give out and I pray with policemen. She goes, "Oh, could I see one?" So I went out to the car and I got her one and I showed it to her. She goes, "These are really nice. Do you have any extras?" I said, "Well, I'll give you, how many do you need?" She said, "Give me 10. So I gave her 10 of them. And she was so grateful. And I said, on the back, it explains the plan of salvation. And I asked her about her religious background and her training, and apparently her mom was into all kinds of stuff. And I don't think she really went to a church anywhere. So I ended up sharing the gospel with her and told her a story that really impacted her because apparently she had just gone through a divorce hearing the day before and she thought she was going to lose her house and she's got kids in school and there were a lot of issues. So I said, "Hey, would it be okay if we prayed for you?" And she said, "Oh, that'd be great." I said, "Slide your chair over here." So Kathy grabbed her hand, I grabbed her other hand. We prayed for her financial situation, her house, her kids, and their salvation, which was great. Then we ended up coming to New Jersey the night before our training tomorrow, and at the hotel, I took one of the luggage carts out and loaded it up, and the tires were really, really low, and the thing wouldn't turn, it wouldn't roll right, and this guy was standing outside smoking. He goes, "Let me give you a hand with that," and he ran over and helped me get the wheels turned, and we rolled it in. He opened up the door for me, and I thanked him and unloaded the cart and brought it out. And as we were heading out to meet some friends for dinner, he was standing there, and I said, "Hey, I just want to thank you for, helping us out with that cart. That was really kind." And he said, "Oh, no problem." And there was another guy standing there smoking with him as well. And I said, "Can I share something with you?" He said, "Sure." Ended up in about a 10 or a 15-minute gospel sharing session with this guy, Rick, and his buddy, Blake. And Rick is a Catholic, and I took him through the way of the Master, through the Ten Commandments, and we talked about heaven and hell, and had a really great conversation with the two of them. And Blake apparently was really convicted, and he said they're off on Sunday. They're here from Boston with a marketing firm, advertising firm, working with Hackettstown Hyundai for the weekend. But he said, "We're off on Sunday." And I said, "Why don't you come to church?" And so he said, "I'd really like to." He said, "Write down the name of the church and where it is and what time the service is." And he said, "I'll try to come." And I pointed at this guy, Rick, the older guy, and I said, "Bring him along too. He needs to hear this." So that was really cool. Then we went out to dinner with some old friends at the Applebee's in Hackettstown, got a server named Justin, and asked how I could pray for him. He gave me a prayer request. Prayed for him, and he came back and thanked us a couple of times for taking the time to pray with him and how much he appreciated it. Gave us his story, and we invited him to church on Sunday, and he's going to try to come if he gets up early enough. He works really late, and he's in school a lot trying to be a respiratory therapist. And so he said, "I'm kind of tired, and Sunday's my day to rest." But he said, "I usually do get up early. Maybe I can make it to that first service." So he may come. So it's a great day of ministry. We look forward to the training tomorrow and preaching on Sunday. We'll catch up with you then.